We've been taught and indoctrinated that masculinity is toxic, strength is oppressive. We've not only forgotten how to stand for our morals, we've forgotten how to stand for our families and for our people. It's time for male introspection. So listen to what I'm about to ask you and think long and hard and be truthful about your answer. Women, watch along too, so you know what to expect from a man. We've been told for far too long and brainwashed into what a man is and what masculinity isn't, and we are getting it totally wrong, and we are seeing it across the board. Weakness is ubiquitous across men throughout Western society, when really peace through strength is what is required. Men have a responsibility. We've been told that gender roles don't really exist. Well, I'm here to tell you that is bullshit. Men have a responsibility to protect and serve their families, their friends, and their communities. So, listen carefully and be truthful with yourself after hearing what I'm about to say. To start off extreme, as I always do, in an active shooter scenario, are you the guy that hides under the table, quivering with fear? Or are you the guy that used that adrenaline from fear, calls for help, calms everybody else down in the room by taking control, barricades the door, and even uses their concealed carry license because they've practiced and trained under high-stress scenarios? Ask yourself, are you the guy, when they see a woman being verbally or even physically assaulted, that steps in without a thought for their own safety? Are you that guy? Or are you the guy that thinks, what happens when the attacker turns towards me? Because I know what I see when I walk the streets. Men of the latter and not the former. Masculinity has been beaten down for decades, where masculinity now is a person who earns money, not a person who is capable of protecting their family and the well-being of those around them. That is our responsibility. We've been taught and indoctrinated that masculinity is toxic, strength is oppressive, when really this is just brainwashing ideology. We have evolved to have very strong and purposeful gender roles. Women give birth to our children and need to nurture our children and care for our young, which means men have to go out and risk their lives to hunt and protect and to serve. So, why has this gone wrong? And how do we fix it? Well, first of all, we have terrible male role models, sitting topless smoking cigars like Andrew and Tristan Tate, and all this hustle culture, because we've forgotten with our materialistic societies and cultures that the bottom line on your bank account is not what makes you a man. What makes you a man is your ability to stand with your morals and stand strong and to stand by them and to fight for them, which we have forgotten how to do. We've not only forgotten how to stand for our morals, we've forgotten how to stand for our families and for our people and for our culture. So where do we go from here? We need to bring back strength, peace through strength. Men need to take responsibility to be the protectors, which is how we have evolved to be. And just because our technology has overtaken us, does not mean our biology has caught up with it. We have gender roles for a reason, and men need to step up. So be honest with yourself. Does the bottom line in your bank account and the fact that you may or may not be the breadwinner in your family make you a man? Is that where you find your masculinity? Or think about this. If you're out with your family and someone tries to assault your wife, tries to assault your children, and to steal one of your babies away, God forbid, do you think you'd be able to deal with that? Because that's what we're seeing across the West. We are seeing an invasion of our culture and our societies, and our societies of trust are being broken down. So what are you going to do about it? What happens when it comes to your door? Are you a man? Can you rise to it? A man's responsibility is to use the fear response, which triggers a massive adrenaline boost, and turn that into motivation and drive to fight what caused the fear in the first place. The woman's response to the fear needs to be grabbing her children and protecting them with everything she has, whilst the man does the true protection and the fighting. This is how we evolved, and we have not changed. We have a duty to fight, and not just for our families and for the protection of women and children, but for our societies and for our cultures and for our morals, which are under extreme threat. Peace through strength. Subscribe for more.